Hello, my friends. Welcome to another drink along. You know, you're my people, and I love you. I want you to be the big three, my friends. I want you healthy, I want you happy, and I want you safe. Today, we're taking a look at another one from Aldis. This is Patriot's Reserve American Lager. Now, we shall see whether or not it's any good. 5.0 is the ABV. They do not give us an IBU. It's a lager, so think sub 20. We'll get an SRM once we crack her open and then give her the pour. Now, my boy, T.O. at the WDG, good man that he is, and I conversed about this in the past, and he says he likes it, and I didn't think it was bad. So, let's put it up on the channel. It's that HFF thing. Happy Friday, fuckers. We send pictures back and forth because we're boomer like that. Here's your crack, here's your pour. Right now, Agave Ed is shaking his head and having kittens. How dare you put that much head on a beer? Well, that's how much head I'm putting on the beer, my friend. Pretty, white, creamy. Nice delineation. Tight at the bottom, loosening up to the top, and we're getting some pockets in there. On top of that head, well, you call it what you want. I would call that like cream cheesy. Cream cheesy. Doesn't look cottage cheesy. It smells like a nice lager. She's dark for a lager. Golden to amber. Let's give her a 10. Maybe about 10 of these would go to black, right? That is my best guess, and that is how we do it here on the Bubblegum Duct Tape and Bail and Wire Network. I am wiped out. The girls had field day, some shit like that at their school. So we went to go watch because responsibilities. 49. This beer's a little warmer than I would have wanted it to be. Now I have 47. Still, although if she is truly a 10, maybe we do want it a little warmer. Anyway, I'm wiped out and I'm tired. We went to lunch afterwards and I ate restaurant food, and that always just wipes me out, man. Ugh. It was good, but now I'm paying for it. So, lacing fans. We might get some lacing out of this. Doesn't look overly promising, but let's sniff her in there, see what's going on. Nice, grassy and the floral. Maybe a little of that malt backbone in there. So I would go 80 grassy, 15 floral, about 5 malt, maybe 10 floral, 10 malt. Biden time, let's get that. We did Biden time. It's time to slip of the tongue. See, I'm tired, man. Tracking. Let's slip of the tongue. Nice. Soft palate. Doesn't touch the intradentals. Tip of the tongue. Rolls right into the back. She's a little maltier than you would expect, but then again, we get the malt off the nose. I think a lot of that's going to add to that rich color. Now, the bottle says that this is an American lager. Okay. Most American lagers are not this dark, since most American lagers tend to be race car beers. Normally, a lager is going to come in around 4, which is usually really light and crisp and bright. This is darker, so our friends over at Untapped, if I can get the pad to show me what I want to see, give it 5% for the ABV with no IBUs. They call it a lager American Amber Red. Okay, gobbledygook. Just throw shit together, why don't you? Way bug. The web page for them calls this just Patriot Reserve American Lager, 5.0 pale lager. Well, she's not a pale lager, not with that SRM. The brewery that Aldi contracted for this is ABW out of Virginia Beach, LLC. And they are a subsidiary or an adjunct to New Realm Brewing, also out of Virginia. They're linked together, so I just figure they're connected. I could be wrong. Don't sue me. That's what we got. Otherwise, there's some reviews on there, but we don't really look at anybody else's reviews. We do our own because you know what they say about opinions. The overall score from Untapped Go Away is 3.34. So obviously people didn't like this too much. Now, here we start at 5 and work our way backwards. Otherwise, there are very few beers that would ever get past 2. As I learned from the first couple of years of doing this channel, my glasses are filthy. We started at 47. Let's see what temp we're at. Right now we're at 51, so we got a couple of seconds till it gets up to 53. We're going to pause and we'll be back. All right, let's take a look and see what we got. I got 53.4. That will work. Oh. I have no idea why I eat in restaurants anymore. The food always gives me agita. Biden time. Malty-er. So, grassy floral. Really pushing that malt way, way down. Yeah. Grassy and floral overlaying the malt. Slip of the tongue. A little better. She slowed down a little bit. She was faster when she was colder. Moderately dirty, not as sweet. I think they really are right when they're calling this more of an American Amber Red because it's not particularly sharp and crisp as lagers are. There's no real flavor progression. Everything you get is one packet. She's okay. It's an Aldi's product. I think it's 7 and change for a 6-pack. So in this economy, you could do worse. All right, we're going to pause and we'll come back. And so that was 53. Let's take a look at her at 60, which is usually where the wheels fall off. In the meantime, I'm going to listen to the Lemonheads and see you in a second. All righty, so we should be at about 60 now. $60. We'll cherry pick from time to time. 59.7, 61.3, not 61.3, 63, 60. Biding time. Let's get that nose in there. So now we're getting a sweet note. That's going to be that malt backbone, I think. Kind of leaning towards honey, actually. Works nice with the floral. Grassy has dropped off. Slip of the tongue. Nice, so the mouthfeel has changed. Now, soft palate, intradentals, a little leakage into the buccals, little leakage sublingual. She's gotten really thin. Half the tongue is involved, and she's bittered up slightly on the back end. Again, for a lager, let's say 10 and sub. For an amber, as malty as this one is, he's probably about a 10 or a 12 on the IBU scale if you get it warm enough to actually get them to pop. Dirty, but she's fast now. And gassy. Excuse me. It might have something to do with the restaurant food I ate. Yeah, not bad. Same. Yeah. All right. So, what are we going to say? A, we have no idea what, well, let's go in order. Would I buy this beer again? Sure. Drink this beer again? Sure. Try it on tap? Been here before. You know there's nothing we won't tap on this channel. Handed this to me out of the cooler, I'd say thank you. It's drinkable beer. There's nothing wrong with this. As far as I can tell, it's not poisonous. Is it good for the style? I don't know what style it is. I'm going to go with amber. Is it good for the style? If it's an amber, no, not really. The balance is off. Presentation's off. That odd sweet note when she warms up. So they gave it 334, right? Well, we're not going to be that bad to this. We're going to give it 3.5. I think 3.5 is probably fair. We could probably bump it to 375, but I think 3.5 is a better representation. Now, does that mean this is a bad beer? No, not at all. Just means it's not, super. But again, this isn't batch craft. This is big batch to be distributed. So corners are going to be cut, and to be perfectly honest, I don't know if this is the same beer batch after batch. I mean, we're not talking giant, huge tanks, although we're not talking little tiny tanks either. So, not all beer tastes the same season after season anyway. There's too many variables. Yeah, but it's not bad. Hey, for $7-8 a 6-pack, you can do a hell of a lot worse. So, 3.5 seems fair. Could just be me. But I think it's fair. It'll work in a pinch. All right, thanks for coming by. Smugglers on. You know my people. Love you. Big 3. Happy, healthy, safe, honorable, dutiful, vigilant, great man, helms, swivel, hot and handy. Hot and handy comes with its own list of responsibilities that you should be responsible for, because you will be held responsible. God forbid. And catch you on the next one, my friends. Skol.